how would one combine the word prediction and the speech recognition to get the most out of it. So, here's what I'll do. Now, the word prediction. I'm sure you're noticing already that I can use it to complete words for me. It's very simple. Basically, if I press down.
Companies. Complete.
And
complete.
Choose it. I'm changing the option. I'm changing the ending on the word. You'll notice, though, that I can actually change the endings on the word. So I started with just getting complete. Before, I didn't have completion as an option. But if I was looking for the word completion, why don't I just choose complete, because I know it's in the same word family.
Complete.
And then go back
completion.
And build out from there. So, very simple, rudimentary strategy. We're already spending a lot of time in school teaching students about word families, root words, word groupings. It all depends on what state you're in. It can depend on what district or school you're in. People have different vocabulary for it all. But basically, there is a structure to how words are built, and this can adapt by assisting with that. That's one element of what it does. This is typical. This is exactly what you have on your cell phone. This is not rocket science or amazingly new. This is what you would expect. The next thing that you can do is you can actually, if I spell a word wrong, so word completion would say, great, I can get the word dictionary. The simple fact is, for a lot of elementary school students and middle school students, they spend a lot of time looking at the keyboard, not a lot of time looking at the screen, so they put in D-I-C-S-H and they look up, and the dictionary is not there. Now what do I do? And I actually, this was an example, I had a teacher come to me from Maryland, Mr. MacGregor, and he said, how do I teach, he'll love it, I'm plugging him in Montgomery County Schools. He said, how do I teach a student to know to go back? If they don't know they made an error, how do they know they're supposed to go back in order to go forward? That's just ridiculous. Because if they went back, great, they would have it. Here's the deal. If I actually put in more information, it now can calculate around the errors. Now, what you're seeing here is a phonetic substitution. That's not how it's knowing that this is the error. It's worth knowing that. This isn't merely phonetic substitutions. I will tell you, with my rating difficulty, if all I made were phonetic substitutions, I would have a very different kind of spelling issue. What this is actually, the fun thing for me, spelling isn't just about phonetics. I have a habit of leaving out entire syllables. That's not a phonetic issue. That is like, I have a completely different concept of what that one's like. So, telephone. I can go down and listen to the different options.
Television, 12, telephone, telling, televisions, television,
and choose
television.
So, what it's actually doing is it's calculating letter grouping and letter order. So here, you can see I've got T-E-L, blank, V, blank, 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 O-N. Makes sense. If I actually substituted the L and the T, it would start coming back with things like lemon. Not surprising. It has a sort of a different concept. Now, the word prediction, the word completion that I first showed you, will work some of the time. Well, I've mistakenly seen professionals, though, as speech and language pathologists saying, oh, just put in the first couple letters and it'll give you the whole word. No, that'll work some of the time, but not all the time. Some of the time you've got to put in more. Sometimes you've got to just put in the pieces you know about it and it'll give it to you. Sometimes that won't even work and we'll have to rely on something else, such as the speech recognition. The speech recognition will not work all the time, and I'll talk about those limitations either. Fundamentally, what we're trying to do are take two tools that have their imperfections, layer them on top of each other, so they're actually complementing each other. One actually tends to succeed where the other one fails, and vice versa. So, what we have here, if I actually were to show you, check this out. If I put in the word punctuation, I'm looking for the word punctuation. I need 7 letters of an 11-letter word to get punctuation. In my book, this is a failure. I'm sorry, I don't care time you spent developing your tool. Your software is great, but if I could get 7 letters out of an 11-letter word, I probably wouldn't need it in the first place. It's important to know this because this will get installed on a student's computer in a classroom, and this teacher says, well, the kid's got the magic bullet, all the problems go away, he's not allowed to ask me questions anymore because this should work perfectly. Check this out. So, I'm having margin issues. It's almost like I'm working slightly off the screen. Got that up there. So, punctuation. Fine. Watch what happens. It wasn't there after 6 letters, but it is certainly there now.
Punctuation.
If I choose it,
punctuation.
Watch how many letters I need this time. I need only 5 letters for it to come up. It learns what words you like to use. So yes, that means the teacher may have to answer the question for the student, but they're not going to be answering it ad nauseum because it will slowly learn what words the student likes to use. Watch, you'll actually see it get a little bit more interesting.
Punctuation.
I'll choose punctuation again. It's the 5th option after 5 letters this time.
Punctuation.
And now, if I put in PU, it comes up right away. So, and I mean, this is a choice example. I'm not saying it isn't, but I'm trying to show you, yes, indeed, it does learn. Next to that, notice if I put in the word computer,
computer.
It's giving me some words that are just common words that come after just about everything, like and. Any noun can be reasonably expected to have the word and come after it. But it's also coming back with systems, science, and industry. If I put in the letter E, notice it is not just predicting words, it is predicting words that are likely to follow computer. Some people in some companies are willing to call this context prediction. That's a lie. I'm sorry, it's a lie. It's not. This has an understanding of the likelihood that one word follows another. That's it. So, watch if I actually choose the word. I will continue pressing 2. So I will choose 2 to choose that one.
Equipment.
And again.
Has.
And again.
There. Was. A. Good. For. Is. First. Round. The. Best. Friend.
So, it is word prediction, but it is by no means phrase prediction, let alone sentence prediction or essay or paper prediction. So, there are people that get really concerned, oh my God, what's going on? There's one wonderful 16-year-old girl in Canada who is using this to cope with her autism and apraxia. And people get concerned that this tool is actually facilitating communication. That it's doing the communication. I laugh, you laugh. But her and all of her work is being questioned by some people. There are a lot of people that believe her, but it's just an absolute shame because this is very much like a bicycle. It can get you going faster, or rather, can get you going to your destination faster, but it certainly cannot drive itself for very long. It might get you 1 or 2 words that you're looking for, but you have to know where you're going. So, interestingly, last week I got, actually Monday, one school district, I believe it was somewhere on the East Coast, they're not allowed to have word prediction that predicts 2 words at the same time.
There.
So if I actually...
They have sold their home.
Let me just do if I put in the word like, you'll notice that like the comes up. Because it's almost a compound. It comes up so often. But oh my God! Oh no! It's doing the work for the student.